very good evening and warm welcome to all our viewers. On behalf of Human Biological Institute and Fearless Against Rabies, Fearless Against Rabies is an initiative by Human Biological Institute to educate about rabies and to reduce the incidence of disease. It's my pleasure to take this opportunity and share about Human Biological Institute. Human Biological Institute, a division of Indian Immunologicals Limited, shaping global healthcare by spearheading the One Health initiative. Indian Immunological Limited was established by the National Dairy Development Board (NDDB) in 1982 as its unit and later registered as a company in 1999 with the name Indian Immunologicals Limited. Human Biological Institute was established in the year 1998 when the Government of India requested Indian Immunological Limited to produce a modern tissue culture anti-rabies vaccine to phase out the unsafe nerve tissue vaccine. The first manufacturing facility of Human Biological Institute was established at Ooty. This facility is one of its kind in India to have rolled out first virocell culture rabies vaccine in 2000. Subsequently, Human Biological Institute has launched other vaccines, and currently we are the major player in the human vaccines. We are the leaders in anti-rabies vaccine segment and present in around 60 countries. We are three state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities at Ooty, Gachibowli, and Karkapatla, also known as Genome Valley. Human Biological Institute has forayed into the market of clinically proven wellness products and infertility ranges of hormones. While coming to our vision, mission, and values, our vision is shaping global healthcare by spearheading the One Health initiative. Our mission is to innovate, produce, and market quality healthcare products and services to improve and extend life. Our values, we believe in providing affordable products with high quality through continuous technical innovations and improvements to meet our customers' need. As we know, we are the kind of company who will definitely look after taking care of the environment as well. We proudly bring before you the Green Initiative as we have launched our flagship brand anti-rabies vaccine Abhayara. And with this, we have taken significant step to reduce the plastic burden by 160 ton per annum. Well, coming to our corporate social responsibility, as a company, we don't just manufacture and market products, but Human Biological Institute has done a lot in corporate social responsibility and has taken up various projects. One such project is the adoption of government school. Another program is Gift Meal Program in coordination with National Dairy Development Board. We are giving additional nutritional supplement to over 1,600 school-going children of Telangana and Tamil Nadu. We have also facilitated the setup of oxygen generation plant at the Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences, Gachibowli. The unique advantage of this oxygen plant is that it is capable of supplying oxygen to 70 patients at a time. You can visit us on our website www.indieimmune.com. You can also contact us on our toll-free number 1800-313-999977. You can follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also go through our unique initiative on fight against rabies at fearlessagainstrabies.com and everything you want to know about women health on puberty2menopause.com. So once again, I welcome all our viewers who have joined us live today on Fearless Against Rabies platform. Well, today is World Zoonoses Day. Well, zoonotic disease, which are infectious that can be transmitted between animals and humans, are often surrounded by various myths and misconceptions. It's very important to separate myths from facts to have better understanding of these diseases and take appropriate preventive measures. Well, in today's session, we are going to learn about a very important topic, which is rabies, myths and facts about deadly zoonotic disease. To enlighten us about this topic, we have a very special guest with us today. Please welcome Dr. Pinaki Chakravarti. Dr. Pinaki Chakravarti is a highly accomplished medical professional with a specialized interest in neonatology and pediatrics critical care, currently working at Silchar Medical College Hospital in Assam. Dr. Pinaki has established himself as a respected figure in the field, holding various prestigious roles and receiving recognition recognition for his exceptional contribution to healthcare. With a strong focus on improving neonatal and pediatric care, Dr. Pinaki has served as past State Secretary of Assam IAP and held the position of Joint Secretary of NNF Assam. His commitment to providing outstanding healthcare services has earned him an award from the Assam government. Dr. Pinaki's organizational prowess is reflected in his role as organizing secretary of notable events such as SBDCon 2022, as ASPEDICON 2017, IDICON 2018, and the Barrack Valley Neonatal Summit in 2019. With an unwavering dedication to his field, Dr. Pinaki continues to make a significant impact on the lives of newborns and critically ill children, ensuring well being through his expertise and compassionate care. A very warm welcome, Dr. Pinaki, on our Fairness Against Rabies platform.
Thank you. Very good evening and namaskar to all my the viewers. So I think I am audible and visible.
Yes, you are perfectly audible and visible, Doctor. Well, Doctor, while we start with our discussion for today, I would request you to explain our viewers that what are the categories of animal bites that are actually considered for the rabies exposure.
Yeah, actually medically we are categorizing the animal bites into three: cat 1, cat 2 and cat 3. As it is so simplify, so whenever there is any leak or any bite or other touch by the dog by a dog of any age, so if it is on intact skin we consider it cat 1. If it is on broken skin, then we consider it on cat 2, that is nibbling, scratches. There should not be bleeding, but if the skin is somehow, the integrity of the skin is lost, then in medical science it is considered as cat 2, because the virus can make an entry directly. And if subsequently there is transdermal bite, meaning hereby that the bite is little deep, or there is some oozing, blood is coming out, or any stray that wild animal or in the forest, if it is there, then we will call it always a cat 3 bite. And as we know, the cat 3 bites are always severe. This is very essential. Cat 1 bites, that is cat 1 exposure, usually we do not need any therapy, but cat 2 and cat 3 need definitive therapy.
So, Doctor, as you mentioned about these categories, so I want to ask you then, how should exactly one manage the animal bites, and how exactly can rabies be prevented after an animal bite?
Yeah, you see, we take for rabies, dog, we take it because in Asia and Africa, it is mostly 99%, whatever the issues, it is a dog. So taking dog as the reference, I will be mentioning, but it can be any canine. It can be any canine, may it be cat, may it be jackal and fox. We can exclude the rodents and squirrels and all. So considering that, if there is any bite of cat 2 or cat 3, any animal bite, the first reference, the first job is to clean that area, to wash the area from, so that the virus load is reduced, and that should be preferably under running water, where all the viruses can be washed away. And we can use soap and water, we can use the locally available antiseptics whatever available, or even the local soaps. Okay, we cannot lose time here searching for this should be practically be used. And having cleaned that area, we should ensure that vaccinated against tetanus. That is very essential. If it is within the TT, within the schedule provided.
Hello, Doctor, you're not audible. Hello, hello. Doctor, are you able to? Yeah, doctor.
Yeah. So if it is cat 2 or cat 3 bites, it needs rabies anti-rabies prophylaxis, that is the rabies vaccination. If it is cat 3, always we go for with rabies immunoglobulin or monoclonal antibody because we need some passive immunization. So first message I would like to go that there should be local cleaning of the wound in a very holistic way. Then ensure that there is tetanus toxoid prophylaxis has been there or it needs to be administered. Third, go with the anti-rabies vaccine. And if it is immunocompromised person, or if it is level 3 cat 3 bite, as we tell, we need to give passive immunization also in the form of either monoclonal antibody or rabies immunoglobulin.
Doctor, as you mentioned about this term called rabies anti-immunoglobulin. So, what exactly is this anti-immunoglobulin, and how exactly it is used in the treatment of rabies?
You see, to make it clear, I would like to make people understand that once we give the vaccine, so vaccines will be the active agents which will not give protection immediately. वो हमने कोविड के समय भी देखा है कि
Right.
the moment we vaccinate, we do not expect the commandos to be coming and getting like that. So for that, we need some ready-made commandos, what we call the passive immunization. That can be done by giving the immunoglobulin. That is the ready-made, the doses against, say, rig. What we call for rabies, against rabies, we call it rig. Previously, it was from the horses, we used to call equine. Now it is from the humans. It is very easily available human immunoglobulin, and better, and the with the more advance of the biotechnology, the monoclonal antibodies, they are ready-made soldiers. We have to administer them for cat 3 bites, and even if it is cat 2 in immunocompromised individuals, we may need to give the immunoglobulins or the your rig. So in the locally in the side infiltrates, so that the immediately the viruses are neutralized and they do not reach. What the basic mechanism we must remember, that rabies virus, these bullet shaped virus are neurotrophic. They have got some special love for the neurons. इनको न्यूरॉन्स को बहुत अच्छा लगता है, एंड दे ट्राई टू ट्रेवल टू द न्यूरॉन्स, एंड न्यूरॉन्स मतलब नर्व सेल से, एंड फटक से ब्रेन में पहुंच जाएगा. द मोमेंट इट इज रीच द ब्रेन, आवर जॉब इज ओवर. So we have to act faster than the virus reaching the neurons. इसलिए हमने उनको न्यूट्रलाइज करना है, एंड दैट इज टू बी डन by the immunoglobulins immediately once we anticipate that there is a high quantum of virus has been loaded, right?
Well, thank you so much, doctor, for making us understand what is anti-rabies immunoglobulin in a very easy terms. So, doctor, I want to ask you that when we go for the anti-rabies vaccine, so what are generally the different types of rabies vaccines which are available, and what exactly is the recommended schedule for individuals who are at the risk of exposure?
Yeah, so you see, there is a rapid change, with the more advanced with the medical science, there is much change with the vaccinations. We are getting much improved vaccines now. So previously, the vaccines, there were high chances of allergy. So there were from the equines, there is changes to that the nerve tissue culture vaccines. These are virtually abundant now. So now from the cheek embryo vaccines, this was previously made. Some companies came with that, and now presently with the varicella culture vaccines, the side effects are very less. So having said that, for common people, it may not be mattering much which quality of vaccine or what is the product, but for as a pediatrician or as a technical expert, we should be knowing the vaccine should be giving the adequate effect with the least side effect. So here we make into the varicella vaccines where the side effects have been virtually eliminated. and I have administered more than 1,000 of these vaccines, and hardly the kids come with any complaint of the adverse effects, because mostly parents को वही चिंता रहती है कि हमने दे दिया क्या उसका क्या problem होगा, what will be the pain and other issues. So that is about the vaccines, the availability. And all the companies, and few of the companies are coming with it, the human biologicals also, you have already told that they are coming with the virus cells and we are getting administering it. Now regarding is the schedule, there is, first that there was the previously there was the essence schedule. The essence schedule gone with the dose where they were administered intra-abdominally. We are not considering that at all. So then came one during our, graduation and post-graduation time. There were 5 doses essence schedule, where typically intramuscular dose of vaccine was administered. Typically intramuscular dose of vaccine, so 1 ml IM 0371428. I'm meaning hereby that 0 is the date of the first vaccine given.
Correct.
Preferably it should be given ASAP कि जितना जल्दी हो सके. As I told you that I have to reach the body, the system, before the virus goes into the neurons. अगर virus जितना भी faster है, so there are variations, so in the face, in the genitalia जहाँ पे nerve cell ज़्यादा होते हैं, so अगर थोड़ा सा भी उसमें nibble या क्या तुका भी आ जाए, so there are always chances that even a little quanta can make it easily accessible through the nerve sheets, and there the virus will be reaching. So in these places we cannot take a chance. And as we are talking about the immunoglobulin now, these classical 5 dose essence schedule 0, 3, 7, 14, and 28, where we used to give intramuscular injection, preferably in the deltoid, that is in the shoulder, or in the infants, in the anterolateral thigh. जो parents, those who are having the kids, they will be knowing that हम लोग vaccination we administer in the ALT, anterolateral thigh, and rabies vaccine also, but not in the gluteal region जहाँ पे fat ज़्यादा होता है. That means in the buttocks. So this is a heap of fat where the absorption or the effect of the vaccine will be very less. So we don't want to reach that area. Again, reiterating that we are talking of post-exposure prophylaxis, meaning hereby that there is some degree of injury or bite, and we have to act faster. So here the WHO has come up with intradermal schedule. The government of India, and that after getting all the schedule from NHM, and government of India is following the intradermal schedule also. There they are administering dose as low as 0.1 ml. They are administering 0.1 ml intradermally, and they are making it preferably we are going into the 4 doses schedule, that will be 037 and 28. So intradermal route, so people should not get confused. In government hospital, government of India, this is a multi-dose vial, they are following in the intradermal route, but mostly in practitioners or in routine we are using the intramuscular 4 dose schedule only it will do. So we can go ahead with 037 and 28.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for giving a brief description on the exposure of rabies. So, Doctor, one more thing I want to ask you. So what exactly is the protocol for managing the re-exposure of vaccines, and how does it exactly differ from the initial post-exposure prophylaxis treatment?
So you see, if you are getting a kid, those who are having dobara exposure ho gaya.
Huh.
So in those, if 5 dose schedule has been administered and we have a definite document for it, then we need not to go for the routine schedule for that. Those doses subsequently will cover. Okay, this is why those say veterinarians or dog handlers, or the people immunodeficient but still getting exposed to animal husbandry, wildlife sanctuary protectors, these people are recommended to be given pre-exposure prophylaxis. That means जैसे हम लोग vaccination routinely
Hmm.
कराते हैं. By vaccine we
Correct.
mean that this is to be given to healthy individuals to produce the effect so that the unhealthy situation does not arise. तो इनमें हम लोग pre-exposure, even if there is no bite, हाँ, सो इसमें प्री एक्सपोजर प्रोफाइलेक्सिस अगर मिल गया या एक बार वैक्सीन उसको दे दिए, so after that we will have that if the child is coming we can wait that this will be effective with the subsequently our 2 doses will suffice, right?
Right. So, hello, doctor. We're not able to hear you. Hello, hello, hello. Doctor, are you able to hear me? Yes, doctor.
Yeah,
We had lost the audio in
yeah,
between.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
please go ahead, doctor.
Yeah, so this can be done, as we have told that. So in those cases, we can go ahead with the subsequent 2 doses, and it will even the post-exposure prophylaxis. अगर हमने एक बार दे दिया, then it will act as the routine vaccine. And subsequent exposure, we can give only 2 doses. It will do. Say that in the day of exposure on day 3 or day 7, we can administer.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, doctor, for answering these questions. Doctor, well, when we can relate to the topic, which is myths and facts about the deadly zoonotic disease, doctor, we have हमारे पास इतने सारे myth है कि we do not know the facts about it, especially when it comes to the public awareness. So I would like to ask you certain myth. So we want to do some myth busters on today's show. सो जो पहला मिथ मैं आपको पूछने वाली हूँ दैट इज कैन ओनली डॉग्स कैन ट्रांसमिट रेबीज.
That is a real myth, that I have told. This is a canine disease. जिनके पास भी canines है, those who are little bit accustomed with the biology. So not only dogs, it can be cat, it can be jackals, fox, even your horses and all. Okay, so anyone, any of these can transmit this. So we don't know. They are, having the rabies virus, many of them, without their knowledge. So it is a myth that only dogs.
So another myth that I want to ask you is can rabies is transmitted through scratches and contact with blood or urine?
You see, blood or urine means unless it should be mucous membrane from an infected individual. Otherwise, through blood or urine, it does not go usually. So it should be the infected individual's saliva which should be in touch with the mucous membrane. Otherwise, no.
Thank you, doctor. So another myth is rabies can be cured with home remedies like garlic or herbs.
इंडिया में तो सारे रेमेडीज नानी माँ का रेमेडी है, यू कैन क्योर एनी डिजीज इंक्लूडिंग कोविड, बट नॉट रेबीज. प्लीज डोंट ट्राई विथ रेबीज. So the message I want to give, that rabies is a 100% fatal disease. Here we cannot take a chance. Most of the cases, once the mothers are asking that मेरा तो घर का कुत्ता है, पालतू कुत्ता है, एंड इसको हमने बहुत सारा टीका सारे शेड्यूल पे दिए हुए हैं. बट प्लीज बी श्योर that even a vaccinated pet dog which was sleeping with you does not warranty it कि उसके पास रेबिड वायरस नहीं है. Albeit the chances are very very less, but there is less than 1% risk, and the risk is such that the disease with 100% fatality. So this is why we don't take it that only the issues you have told. So these myths, there should not be कि हम वहाँ पे home remedy करें और better है.
Well, true, doctor. There's actually another myth related to the what you have said. That myth is vaccinating against rabies is unnecessary for indoor dogs.
Yeah, there's already, I think you have I
Yes.
have answered that. That is the common question, the risk potential of the disease is so high that we are have to take some the decisions faster then it may be that we are doing over more, but remembering the 100% fatality of the disease, we cannot be taking chance.
Well, thank you, doctor. There's some audience questions that we have received. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, I think you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one question is from Mr. Kaushik. He's asking, doctor, can vaccine be administered if a patient reports after 7 years?
7 years? 7 साल आप क्या सोए रहोगे कौशिक भाई? ऐसा है कि हमने वैक्सीनेशन 7 साल के नहीं, विल वैक्सीन, दिस इज ए पोस्ट एक्सपोजर प्रोफाइलैक्सिस, एंड वी वांट टू गो एट, जो आप मोबाइल में एएस ऐप डालते हो कि इनको हमने जितना जल्दी पॉसिबल हो जाए उतना जल्दी देना है, सो इट बी इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन्स, वी ट्राई टू गिव इट एज सुन एज पॉसिबल, प्रेफरेबली विद इन 7 days दिस हैज टू बी एडमिनिस्टर्ड. 7 years it is not of, that there is no way that it will be available.
So he's also asking, with that, can incubation be for 7 to 8 years?
And rabies is a disease where the incubation period is many of the times is unusually prolonged. It usually 1 year, and it may be 1 year, but 7 to 8 years. There are some studies they have reported there is a long incubation period. It doesn't mean that we will be waiting for 7 years to get it vaccinated. So incubation period is the highest that has been 7 years, but usually most of the diseases it goes very faster, so it should be given post exposure, to be given early only.
Well, thank you, doctor. There's another question from Mr. Smoothie. He's asking, doctor, is vaccination against rabies needed if a vaccinated dog bite?
वो तो हमने बोल दिया,
Yes.
that even if it is your pet dog which was lying with your kid in the same bed, जिसको आपने अपने बच्चे की तरह vaccinations दिए हैं, आपने, you have taken care also, but as per scientific protocol, if the baby or anyone having cat 2 or cat 3 bites that we have already discussed, और जहाँ पे भी आपको निबल लग रहा है कि बच्चे इंटेक्ट स्किन पे उसको नहीं है, द स्किन इज ऑलरेडी टॉर्न एंड देयर इज निबलिंग, स्क्रैचिंग, ideally it needs post exposure prophylaxis.
Well, thank you so much, doctor, for answering all the audience questions. It was a very wonderful session, doctor. Doctor, we wholeheartedly thank you on behalf of my team as well as the Human Biological Institute for sparing your most valuable time with us.
So, Dipali, I just want to give a message to all
Yes.
the viewers that whenever there is a bite comes, may it be snake bite, may it be a dog bite, may it be any unknown bite. So our first job is never get panicked and never create an unholy situation at home. Get the available resources. First is the local care of the wound, the foremost low cost, easily available strategy where you will reduce the burden of the toxin, virus, snake poison, जो भी है. So just keep it under a jet of water where it will be flushing the toxin, viruses, and the contaminants from there as much as possible, preferably with soap or whatever home available antiseptic solution, where we can neutralize immediately the available toxins. Don't apply any unnecessary bandage, tourniquet, और कि लोकली किसी के पास जाकर सुचरिंग कर दिया. सो वो नहीं करना है जहाँ पे हमारा वायरस का जो पेनिट्रेशन है वो बढ़ जाता है. सो वी विल नॉट डू दैट. Secondly, go to the available hospital or the doctor and get the vaccine as soon as possible. He or she, or even the government hospitals under the government of India, it has been very well equipped against government of India's one of the flagship projects is around rabies, because Asia and Africa, and unfortunately India, that is Asia, where we are having a large number, almost, I was just seeing, almost 150 lakh bites per year. So we are trying to reduce the mortality. So what the government has done, it has made the vaccine easily available and the cost effective intradermal route. The strategy have been highlighted by training. So wherever you go to any of the places, you should visit the hospital and get yourself inoculated without any hesitation कि ये डोज देना है नहीं देना है. Don't argue with the healthcare provider because he or she will be doing the best. Tetanus prophylaxis, if you remember very well, कि all the schedules have been given, for infants, or 18-month schedule or 5 years booster. Within that they are coming, so we can skip that. Otherwise it has to be administered. And immunoglobulins, these or most of the cases have been made again available, or the monoclonal antibody, as we have told, these are the ready-made soldiers. So please do not care for the animals, don't mistreat the animal. They are always, dogs are always the best, friends of the humans. But we don't know, unfortunately we are getting exposed. And today in the World Zoonosis Day, the message should be that our thing is to prevent the zoonosis. And the most unfortunate zoonosis was probably COVID that we have faced. And not though rabies has been known from years together for a century. So we would like to prevent it, but the benefit with that, we have one COVID also with vaccine. And for rabies also, vaccines are very well available, and modern vaccines have been made and marketed very nicely. Only thing is that our threshold should be low, key, not that we would be waiting till the something wrong happens. Thank you.
Thank you so much, doctor, for sharing this most crucial information about the rabies disease that the general public should be aware of. And doctor, uh, thank you again so much for generously sharing your valuable expertise and knowledge with our audience. Doctor, again, your presence on the show was truly remarkable, and your willingness to educate and inform the public about the crucial health topics was greatly appreciated. The information you provided was not only insightful but also instrumental in raising awareness and promoting the well being of our viewers. So, thank you again, Doctor.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Again, thank you to our viewers as well as being with us for each and every session. Well, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to get more updates on live talk with expert doctors across nation. With that, I wish everyone a very good evening. A very good evening, Doctor. Thank you.